Oh wow, this condo is just amazing. I had no idea you and my brother were living in such an incredible place. You never told me that you two had such a wonderful home. Oh, this is just too much. Hey Lisa, how's it going? Sorry, I'm a little confused as to what you're talking about. I am talking about this condo that you live in. It is just to die for. And the lobby? Oh, I wouldn't be surprised if famous people live here. All the rooms are so big, and this view is just spectacular. It's like I've died and gone to heaven. I have to say that I really am jealous that you get to live in a place like this. Wait just one second. Lisa, I'm still not quite following what you're saying. Are you trying to tell me that you're in my house right now? Yeah, of course. Why else would I be saying all of this? After all, we're going to be moving in from today, so we just stopped by to pick out our rooms now. But I just had no idea what to even expect. The furniture is just perfect, and the whole design motif is amazing. Oh, the couch is so comfy, and the bed in the master bedroom just eats you up. Wait a second, are you going into my bedroom now? Well, we're all family here, so I don't see the big deal. But man, I really do love beds like this. I might end up just falling asleep right now. Hold on there, are you lying in my bed right now? I really didn't expect our new place to be this perfect. I just don't even have the words for it right now. All the furniture looks like it was ripped straight from the pages of a catalog. I just feel like I could take a photo of anywhere in this place and it would be Insta-worthy. In fact, maybe I should make a new post. No, stop this right now, Lisa. You can't just break into people's homes and take pictures. So please do not post anything from my house on your social media, okay? Oh, come on. What's the big deal? Everything's going to be just fine. I mean, it isn't like you or my brother are famous or anything. Who is even going to know who this apartment belongs to if I just post one little photo? I understand why you might think that, but you never know who's watching what you post. Can you please respect my privacy since you are in my home right now? I don't want any of my personal life going online, and I certainly don't need a picture of my house uploaded either. Oh, well, I wish that you would have said something earlier, Nancy, because I just posted something right now. Are you kidding me, Lisa? Why would you do that? Well, I guess my finger slipped, but I'm already getting likes and comments on it, so it's way too late for me to delete it now. I can't believe that you would do that. Look, I get that you probably think you're so great for living in a place like this, but there's no need to be unreasonable. Like I said, you aren't a celebrity, so no one's going to care at all if I post a picture from this place. And besides, I took such a pretty picture. Honestly, you're just wasting a place like this by not putting it online for others to see. I am not living in this condo building so that I can brag about it to others. Well, don't worry, because I will be sure to take lots of pictures while I live here. After all, you were away on an emergency business trip, right? So I'll have fun and house sit here until you get back. Hey, Nathan, are you there? Just what the heck is going on here? Why in the world is Lisa at our new house saying she's going to stay there? I never heard of any of this before now. Did you invite her to our place without telling me?
I don't really see what the big deal is. Besides, Lisa wouldn't quit bugging me about wanting to see where we live since we moved in here. And I guess she really liked what she saw, but I don't understand why you're so upset. You're not even there to begin with.
What do you mean you don't get why I'm upset? I'm upset because we bought that place for you and I to live in. Not only that, but I still haven't even gotten to stay there since I had to leave on this trip before we would move in. So I don't really understand why you're just letting other people stay there without even telling me about this.
But that's exactly why I'm saying that I don't understand the anger. I mean, who cares who gets to step foot in the house first? Don't you think that's a bit of an immature thing to get hung up on?
I think that I am well within my rights to be mad about this. Did you know that your sister even went into our bedroom? She was telling me about how comfy our bed was since she was lying down in it. I don't want to have to think of her doing that. And on top of that, she started posting pictures from the condo, even though I asked her not to. She completely ignored me.
And that's all you're getting mad about? Who cares if she gave herself a tour of the place and it's only some photos? have you seen her social media presence? Every photo she posts always gets lots of likes and comments. It's a good thing.
Okay, then how about we try flipping this? How do you think she would like it if I just barged into her house while she was away? Or what if someone came into your house while you weren't home and was messaging you about being in your bedroom? What if you spent all this money on a nice bed and before you ever get used to it, your dad has called it for himself? Are you really saying you wouldn't care?
Sure, I guess that would probably annoy anyone.
And what about the photos? I specifically asked her not to post anything and she ignored me and did it anyways. What if our relatives or neighbors get a hold of those photos, huh? Do you want all of them to always be commenting about how great our house must be to us all the time?
Okay. I think I see your point. I don't need the whole world making assumptions about how we live. You're right. I wouldn't like that at all.
Well, that's what Lisa's doing right now. She's making me feel uncomfortable in the way that it would make you feel uncomfortable. So, do you understand why I'm so upset now?
Yes, I do. I'm really sorry for not listening to you better before. I'll go and talk to Lisa and ask her to take down the post with their photo of our place.
Well, I'm just glad that we were finally able to understand each other. I do not want to have this conversation again, okay? And until I get back from my business trip, I don't want Lisa coming into our house anymore.
You mean you don't want her to step foot in our house until you're back? Well, I'm sorry, but that's just not going to work.
What are you talking about? Why wouldn't that work? What's the matter with that?
Well, Lisa did tell you that she was going to be moving in, right? I told her that she could stay for the 2 months while you were gone. Or rather, she asked if it would be okay if she could, and I said yes.
Are you kidding me right now?
The thing is that Lisa was getting kicked out of her apartment building by her boyfriend. I guess that they got in some big fight or something, so please, can't we just let her live there for 2 months?
Absolutely not. That is not okay with me at all. I understand the circumstances, but I'm sorry, the answer is no. I really feel like you went behind my back and betrayed me by telling Lisa this was okay.
I know, and I'm really sorry, but I already told Lisa that it was okay, so I don't think there's anything we can do now.
I still just can't believe it. How could you give your sister permission to do this without consulting me first?
It's only 2 months. I promise you that things are going to be just fine. I'll be sure to talk to her about the no posting rule, but for now, you just need to worry about your work, okay?
Lisa, I just wanted to confirm that you heard from your brother that I am getting back from my business trip today, right? So please make sure that you leave my condo as clean as when you moved in there. And if you moved anything, please replace it. Do you understand? Wait, what? Are you really going to be coming back today? I guess I totally forgot. I haven't done anything at all to prepare to move. So I think I'll actually just make myself at home here for a little bit longer. Thank you very much. Oh, give me a break, Lisa. You are not going to be staying in my condo for another moment. I've already let you crash there for 2 months now. You've had plenty of time to get your affairs in order. So I hope that you've saved up enough money to be able to move into a new place now, because you are going to be gone by the end of the day. I'm sorry, but I don't see myself moving from this condo anytime soon, so... I mean, why in the world would I ever give up living in an amazing place like this? I have loved living here, and I've been here for so long that I feel as if the space is mine now. And since I'm basically the de facto owner of this condo now, I think that I'm just going to keep it for myself. You are not the de facto owner of anything, Lisa. I pay the rent on that place, I pay for the utilities. Nathan has told me that you never offered to pay for anything at all the whole time you've been there. Well, that's because my brother said that I didn't have to pay for anything if I didn't want to. Besides, you both only get to live here because of how much money Nathan makes. And because he's so nice to me, I'm able to live here without paying for anything. It really is like a dream come true. It just goes to show how much more love he has for his little sister than his old cow of a wife. Excuse me? Did you seriously just send that message to me? Look, the fact of the matter is that you have plenty of space here and the three of us can easily all live here. So I think you should just accept that I'm going to stay here. I am telling you that that is not going to happen. Don't you understand? Nathan and I are renting this place so that he and I can live together. If we wanted a roommate, we would have chosen a house that had a roommate. But the whole time we were looking for a place to live, we were only thinking of living with each other, and that's what's going to happen. Well, what would happen if everything you liked about this apartment suddenly were to change? What is that supposed to mean? How would it change? Well, what if today I were just to throw out all of your things and dump all of your appliances outside? Then there would be plenty of room for all my things. And then you won't have to worry about living here with Nathan anymore. Isn't that great? The house will be perfect for Nathan and I to live in instead. I really just don't even understand where you are getting these ideas of yours from, Lisa. Well, I don't care if you don't understand because I'm going to throw your things out anyways. The appliances, tablets, electronics, and anything else that belongs to you. Of course, I'll keep whatever I want to out of those first, and you can count on that. You really are just taking this way too far. Do you know that, Lisa? Of course I am. How else was I supposed to get through to such a stubborn old woman like you? Let me make this crystal clear. This condo is mine now. I am going to live here with my brother, and there is no room for you here at all. So I hope you can have someone else who can go pick you up at the airport and have another place to stay. You won't be coming back here. And you're really sure that this is how you want to do things? Of course! With you out of this picture, this condo really is going to be living in a dream. And I'll be there with Nathan, who will pay for everything. It's so nice having such a wonderful big brother with so much money. Why bother finding a boyfriend when I have a brother? Okay, fine. If you two want to have your weird little living scheme, then fine. But I just don't know how someone with no job like you and someone who only brings in about $500 a month through their part-time job like your brother are going to be able to afford that place. After all, the monthly rent is about $6,000. Wait, what? What do you mean my brother only makes $500 a month? I mean that now I have to go and find a different place to live. And one more thing, can you do me a favor and tell your brother about all of this? And also tell him that I want a divorce. Now, you hold on just a minute there. What do you mean by all this? I'm so confused. What is going on? What do you think is going on, Lisa? I'm going to divorce my husband Nathan, as in your brother. But this doesn't make any sense, and you still didn't explain what you meant about him making so little money. I know that my brother works for a big company and makes a ton. He's been working so hard ever since he graduated college, so I know that he must have a good salary by now. I'm afraid that I already make several times more than what your brother makes. But as for Nathan, he just up and quit his job that he got after college one day and hasn't worked full-time since. Wait, what? What do you mean? I mean that you do know I actually work for a large company, right? And I actually make quite a bit of money. And you really make that much more money than my brother does? Of course, Nathan was also supportive of me earning more than him. He never appeared to have any anger or resentment about it. Even when he had his office job and I was earning more, he seemed to be okay with it, but then one day he just quit. Actually, he told me that he still hadn't given up on his dream to start a band, if you really want to know. My brother quit his job so that he could go and start a band? Of course, you remember that he used to play guitar a bit when he was in high school and then in college. He was even in a tiny little band for a while. In fact, I think some of those guys have actually gone on to bigger and better things, musically speaking. But I guess that Nathan still feels as though that's a dream that he should pursue. I don't even know what to say to this. I mean, I remember that he used to talk about his band a lot back in the day, but I didn't think that he would quit a salaried job to go and do something like this. Yes, well, I suppose you could say that he is a very driven man. I don't think many would have the guts to do what he did. Rather, it might have taken guts if Nathan didn't already know that he could just rely on me for financial support. Although I did really want to support him in his dream, at least at first. So then he asked you if it was okay to quit his job and you said yes? No, he didn't ask. He just quit and basically left me in a spot where I could only agree to give him the help he wanted. But then, does that mean that the person paying for the condo and utilities and everything this whole time has been you? That's exactly right. My name is on the lease, and I don't think Nathan has contributed a single penny to any of this, not even for furniture. He said that he needed to save up as much money as he could for his band. But because of that, he really hasn't even given me a penny to help for anything. So anyways, this is why I'm just cutting my losses and giving you both the condo, if you can find a way to pay for it, that is.
Please don't divorce me, Nancy. How am I supposed to live without you?
You mean my money? It's too late to try and fix this. I'm going to send the divorce papers to your parents because I assume you'll be living with them once you're kicked out of the condo.
But you were supposed to help me achieve my dream, remember? How could you do this to me after you promised that you'd help?
That's what I want to be asking you. You cornered me into a place where I basically had to help you. But despite all my help, you had the nerve to bring another woman into our condo while I was away.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the girl in your band. A friend of mine saw you walking around hand in hand with another woman and sent me a picture. I remembered that it was the girl from your band, and I hired a private investigator to look into what was going on, and they gave me all the evidence I need to prove you're cheating.
But then, you're really just going to leave me like this? I don't even have a job, and now I'm going to lose my home. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know why you're crying to me, but you aren't my problem anymore. Don't worry, though. I'm sure that your sister is in a similar boat now. Maybe the two of you could figure something out. Just leave me out of it. After that, I ended up needing to hire a lawyer because Nathan was dragging his feet through the divorce process. In the end, all the necessary paperwork was finally signed and filed. I made sure to sue Nathan and his band member for their affair as well. Afterwards, both Nathan and Lisa had no choice but to beg their parents to let them live at their house again. They convinced their parents that I had arranged for their downfall, and so they blamed me for everything. Their parents agreed to let their kids move back in, but quickly learned that neither of them had any plans of getting a real job and moving out anytime soon. I can only wonder how long that setup is going to last. I heard from a friend that they saw Nathan playing inside of a subway station one evening. He looked quite dirty and was asking for money with a cardboard sign. I can only wonder at how things fell apart between Nathan and his parents after they moved in. Either way, it does not sound like Nathan is having a very successful music career. As for me, I took the money that I got from the lawsuit and used it to move into a new condo where I knew I would be the only one living there. It is going to take some time to adjust to the single life, but controlling the environment around me is a good first step.
Susan, can I talk to you for a second? What? My friends are having a party for me because I'm getting married. I'm busy with that. Well, I'll make it quick then. Susan, you went into my room again without asking me. What's wrong with going into your room? It's not your house, so don't act like it is. It's not my house, but you come home every once in a while and check my room. Not only checking my room, but taking clothes and accessories every time. You haven't even returned the bag you took the other day. I bought that bag as a reward for myself, and it cost over $1,000. Huh? That bag was that expensive? I'm sorry, I had no idea. I used it on a rainy day and got all wet. I thought maybe it was no good anymore, so I threw it away. What? You threw it away? You'll have to pay for it. Pay for it? I don't have any savings. I'm sorry I threw it away, but I didn't do it on purpose. You don't feel bad at all, do you? You can't just say I'm sorry. What? I said I'm sorry, but you can't forgive me? You're mean. I've only used it once. Shut up! If you don't want me to come into your room, why don't you just get the hell out of the house? What? How long are you going to stay in my parents' house? I don't mean to. It's my parents' house too. Oh, wow. You really think so? What? Susan? That house is not your parents' house. It's my parents' house where I lived with my mom and dad, whom I love very much. And then mom got sick and died. I don't know why my dad married that woman just because he was lonely. My mom is the one in heaven. I don't even consider that woman my mother. I don't even consider you my sister who she gave birth to. I knew you didn't like me, but I didn't think you thought of me that way. After all, she cheated on Dad and went off with another guy. She's a real bitch. What? Cheating? Mom never cheated on him. Shut up! I know she did. I saw that woman cheating. That can't be true. You just should have left with your mom. But you are still there because Dad is nice. What a nerve. Thanks to Dad, you're able to live in that home. Stop making such a silly complaint just because I come into your room. You were not making sense. Anyway, I won't pay for the bag. Why don't you just lock the room? You're the one who's complaining. There's no lock in my room to begin with. Why don't you leave the house? How long are you going to stay there? You're just trying to save money on rent, aren't you? You're so lucky to be able to save money on rent and spend it on your own. I'm not living at home to save money on rent. If I leave home, Dad will be on his own, right? I do all the housework, and it's better for me to be there to take care of the living expenses too. Or are you going to pay for our living expenses? Are you stupid? I don't work. And I told you earlier that I don't have any savings, right? How am I supposed to pay for it? Dad feeds you. But you talk like you're the one taking care of him. Seriously? You're out of your mind. Maybe I should live in that house after I get married. Then I can kick you out? Susan, are you serious? Of course I am. I'll talk to my boyfriend right away. See you later. Hey, you took my clothes too. Make sure you return them. Susan, come on. Did you get the wedding invitation I sent you? Yes, I did. I marked attendance and sent it back today. Wow! In a way, it's amazing that you still want to come to the wedding even after all the sarcasm I've been giving you. I knew you were being sarcastic. Yes, because I don't like you. You're a hard ass at best, and you're dumb at worst. I know you don't like me, but even though we are half-sisters, we are family. That's why you invited me, right? You're really an airhead, aren't you? Well, okay. I'll leave it at that. I have a surprise for you on the wedding day, so look forward to it. What surprise? I don't need that. I'm planning this for you. Don't say that. I'm worried. Also, I'm excited about your wedding gift. I didn't want to compromise on the wedding venue, so I picked a nice place. If we don't get enough money from our guests, we'll be in the red. I don't think you should rely on money gift. Huh? What did you say? Never mind. I'm looking forward to the wedding then. Also, I have one more important thing to tell you today. Important? What's going on? We are thinking of living with Dad after we get married. I told you before, didn't I? I told my boyfriend about it, and he agreed, saying it would be great not to have to pay rent. So we want to move in. But you're in the way. What? Did you really mean what you said? Of course I did. Why would I lie about something like that? Can you support your father? And have you talked to him about it? Huh? Why should we support him? He should support us. I haven't talked to Dad about it yet, though. Of course he'd rather live with us than with that woman's daughter. Well, Susan, I think I explained it to you the other day. Mom was never unfaithful. It's your fault that she left. Huh? Was it my fault? You are talking nonsense. You're pissing me off. Well, I'm just telling the truth. Okay, now go ahead and get ready to move out. Enjoy the few remaining hours you have with Dad. Susan, what's going on? I just got to the wedding venue and the staff told me to leave. Because there was no seat for me. What the hell is going on? Surprised? Yay! What? This is what you meant, surprise? That's what I meant. Why aren't you letting me in? You gave me an invitation card. Because it would have been more shocking if you got all dressed up and couldn't attend than if you hadn't been invited in the first place, right? Why did you go that far? It's obvious. Because I hate you. I don't even consider you my family. You're a stranger, so get the hell out. Okay then, I'll cut you off. What? Because you don't like me, right? You don't even want me to be at your wedding. I'm just a stranger, right? That's why I said I'm cutting you off. Is there a problem? Not at all. I'm just a little surprised that you accepted so easily. This is great. You don't even get to live in that house starting today. What? What do you mean? I told you 2 months ago, didn't I? We are going to live in that house when we get married. And yet, you didn't seem to start packing at all. So today, I asked a friend of my husband's to go to the house and move all your stuff out. And he's going to put our stuff inside. What? Does our father know about that? I didn't tell him. You know, you can't let a stranger into a house without telling our father or me. You are committing a crime. That's rude. I'm a family member too. I give my permission to let his friend in, so it can't be a crime. You can't be serious. Why didn't you tell your father? Because if he disagreed, it would have ruined my plans. But I did tell him a while ago that I wanted to live with him. What did he say? He said he's living with Janet, so he doesn't want me to move in. Susan, he's already against it. But I think Dad would be absolutely delighted once we start living together. So, where are you going to move my stuff? I've rented a storage temporarily. I'll put it there for you. I'm so sweet, aren't I? Since we are cutting ties, take it as a final parting gift. But you have to decide where you're going to move to within a month and get it out. I won't pay for more than a month. You're so selfish. I have an idea. What can you do? Well, let's see what you can do. I'm looking forward to it. Janet, what the hell are you doing? You brainwashed my dad. What the hell did you say to him? Dad has decided to put the house on the market. He's going to live in a new house with you and your mom. So I need you to move your stuff somewhere else by the end of the week. Of course, I protested, but he said I put the stuff in the house without telling him. He also said, if you don't take it out by the end of the week, I'm going to turn you and your friends into the police. I can't believe you said that to me. You orchestrated the whole thing, didn't you? Don't say I orchestrated, will you? It's your fault for moving in without permission and kicking me out. Hey, what do you mean she's moving in with you? I asked my dad if he was still in contact with that woman. I also said, I won't allow you to have any contact with that unfaithful woman. He got really angry for some reason and wouldn't even talk to me. You know, I've explained this to you many times. Mom was not cheating. I heard that, but how can I believe that? I saw it. When she left this house, a man close to her age came to pick her up in front of the house. Normally, a cheater wouldn't come to the front door of the house without hesitation. I always hated that woman. From that day on, I decided I would never forgive her. That man is my mother's brother. What? You were so cold and rude to her. That's why she got sick. What? That woman? Yes. After talking it over with our father, they decided it would be better to place some distance between you two. So she decided to stay at my uncle's house. Mom said she could take the train to get there. But my uncle was worried that she has a mental illness and can't travel a long distance, so he came to pick her up. It was your fault, and yet you'd mistake it for cheating. I'm sorry I misunderstood. Then why didn't you just say so? He doesn't have to sell the house. I'm going to be nice to that woman, or your mother. I want to live with them, the four of us. You know, Mom has been undergoing treatment, and she is finally getting better. I will never allow her to live with you. Huh? Why do you say that? Susan, can you support Mom and Dad? What are you talking about? Dad should support me. I don't know what you mean by support them. You don't know anything. Dad hurt his back a few years ago. He quit his job then because he thought he was too old. What? I didn't know that. When you came to visit, he said he told you about it. What? You are so selfish. You never listened to anyone else. Then how can he move into a new house? He can't sell that old house at a good price, can he? Your mom doesn't have much savings, does she? She has been sick. I think I told you that I do all the housework and pay the bills. You weren't listening then either, were you? I think you did, but I don't believe you. I thought Dad was supporting you. Is it really true that you're the one who's supporting him? How can you afford to buy brand name bags and pay the bills? You're a regular office worker, right? I used to be. I wanted to make a lot of money, so I had a side job for a long time. I was always good at computers. I've been making apps for fun since I was a student. After I started working, I turned it into a side job. But the apps became so popular that I couldn't keep up with it. I took the plunge and quit my day job to start my own business. Thankfully, I had a clientele to begin with, so I was able to get off the ground right away. Now I make about $100,000 a year. $100,000 a year? You do? That's right. That's why I was paying all the bills. I was also sending money to my mother. She couldn't just live in my uncle's house for free. I can work from home so my hours are flexible. So I do all the housework. I can't make our father do it because he has a sore back. So you're paying for the new house? Yes. You seem to think I'm wasting money. I only treat myself when I get a big job. I've always wanted a house and I've been working hard to save for one. My parents' house is getting old and I always wanted to build a house for them. I decided to take this opportunity to build a barrier-free house. Luckily, my parents' house is old, but the land is big and is in a good location. We could sell it for a good price. When I told my uncle about the situation, he said that until the house is built, he would let me and my father live with him. I took him up on his offer and decided to stay with him until the house is built. So we're putting the house on the market. So please get your stuff out of there as Dad says. Oh no! Then what are we supposed to do? Well, you're still young. Why don't you work? Oh no! I don't want to work. And my husband is good looking, but his salary is low. That's why I wanted my dad to take care of us. We're old enough to take care of our parents. And you still want them to support you? When the house is finished, let us live there. I think it would be fun if the 5 of us lived together. No, thank you. We've already broken off our relationship, haven't we? But you're being too self-serving. Dad says he doesn't want anything to do with you anymore. Even if the house is finished, I won't tell you where it is. Oh no! I'm sorry, I apologize. From now on, let's be sisters and get along. I don't want to, because you are a half-sister. That is, a stranger. I just repeated what you told me before. Bye. Janet, don't call us strangers. We're sisters. My father and I blocked my sister's contact information. After that, I also changed my cell phone number so that she could never contact me. But I don't know how she found out. She learned my uncle's address and came inside the apartment. However, his apartment has a good security system. My sister, who was acting suspiciously, got caught by the supervisor. She was calling me and my father's name repeatedly, and the superintendent contacted me. I explained the situation and told him to ask her to leave as we are strangers now. I also told him that if she didn't leave, he could call the police. My sister got disappointed and left the apartment. My mother is in good shape because my sweet uncle took care of her. I was really relieved to see her as the cheerful and kind mother she used to be. Next month, our house will finally be completed. I can't wait. I'm planning to have my uncle, who has been so kind to us, come visit us. I still want to take good care of my mother and father, so I want to continue to work hard and earn money. I am secretly planning to go on a family vacation with them.